What inspired me to join Proformex was really a few years ago, my dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and at the time for our family, it was really important for us to understand what was happening with those policies. Were they still in place? Did we still expect those to deliver on what we expected? And at the same time, I met Mike Pepe. He's a 25-year life insurance agent who built the first versions of Proformex to help protect his clients' investments in life insurance policies and make sure that they delivered for the beneficiaries. And so just having that happen at the same time as meeting Mike was really, I think, serendipitous. And for me, I just felt really compelled to, to sort of help him scale this, this solution and this sort of framework of thinking to the entire industry. I think there are two things I would say that are focus areas for us today at Proformex, and we think will be really compelling for the entire industry. The first is just building a set of life insurance specific analytics and AI that help us understand and uncover policies that need servicing, policies that are underperforming, policies that are at risk, right? So I think that's just helping all of the agents and advisors and brokers in the business that manage life insurance, helping them find out more easily when they should be looking at a policy or they need to pay attention to a policy. The second piece is really around collaborating. So the life insurance industry is highly networked. You have, life insurance agents and brokers, often serving financial advisors and RIAs and trustees, other people involved in the life insurance buying process. And all of those parties work together. They all work together to put a policy in place, and they all need to work together to service a policy over decades of time. And what we're really doing is bringing collaboration, digital collaboration into that space so that people who work on policies together can collaborate on those policies and the performance of those policies over the long term. Our mission at Proformex is really to protect policy owners and their beneficiaries on the promise of life insurance, right? They buy policy owners and beneficiaries. Life insurance is important to them at a time in their life when they need it most. And so what we're really focused on is helping the industry to deliver that in a easy, more scalable manner than they do today. The current process really is very fraught with manual processes, not a lot of transparency around what levers are happening inside a policy at any given time, and really just creating a way for agents and advisors and brokers to more easily service their clients to make sure that that policy is in the right place when it's needed. So how do we align on what we're delivering for our customers every day? Really, the focus area for us is how do we deliver the most value to our customers in a fast, easy way for them to access the information and then support them in their business. And really, we do this a number of different ways inside of our organization. Our executive team spends a lot of time making sure that we're aligned on what's important, what the priorities are, and then, of course, every part of our leadership team is communicating that down into the teams. We spend, frankly, a lot of time, every quarter getting together and aligning on, what have we learned in the last quarter, what's changing about our business, what's changing about the market, what are we hearing from our customers, first and foremost, obviously, and then making sure that we're just constantly iterating on where we're going and that all of us are aligned behind sort of the same objectives inside the business at any given time. In 5 years, our goal is to have all agents, brokers, financial advisors, RIAs who sell or support life insurance on behalf of their clients to have Proformex, to make sure that they have a system that supports their business after the policy sold, that understands what those client objectives are, why did they buy the policy, what's important to them about the policy, and make sure that they have the tools that they need from an industry perspective to service those clients better today than they do today. today. And so I think that's for us. We feel like, our mission is around protecting policy owners and delivering the promise of life insurance to the beneficiaries that need it. And we feel like the best way to do that is really to empower the people in the industry with the tools and analytics and support that they need to actually do that more easily. If we think, back 30 years, carriers had life insurance agents that worked for them. Often those agents were able to access carrier data, systems to get all the information they needed. But as the industry has moved more and more independent and is a traditional brokerage industry, I would say, the need for data across the distribution channel is much more important. So you take other industries, more, like hard goods and supply chain and logistics, and you have a situation where you have the manufacturer and the retail locations, and all of those parties get access to the same data and information around the assets that, they're distributing through their distribution chains. And very similarly in life insurance, you've got the carrier who understands the product very, very well, right? They're trying to distribute their product. And, through the independent channel, you've got IMOs and broker general agents and general agencies and financial advisors and RIAs that they serve. So you have a lot of entities inside the distribution channel. And what has happened is the carrier really understands the product, and they understand the sort of the financial values of that product and how any policy is performing. But at the end, right, at the retail level, you have the broker or the advisor, and they really understand the client context of how that policy, why that policy was bought, how that policy is performing, how they think about the way that policy will be used in the future. And what that, how those clients' needs and those policy owners' needs change over time during the course of their life. And so what we're really trying to do at Proformex is to provide visibility across the entire distribution channel, right? From the carriers, through the distributors and the wholesalers into the retail level where frankly, that is where the service is delivered. It's delivered from those brokers and advisors that interact with those clients every day, that understand the client context, and they need to be empowered with the information that is at the carrier, right? Which is often in this independent channel that we spend a lot of time in, is just fragmented data. So we feel it's the ability to sort of take that carrier's financial data and information and marry it with the context of the policy owner, the client, at the end of the retail channel is really where a lot of value gets generated.